Hey there, Capricorn. Thank you for joining me. This is your reading for the week of October 19th. You have a great week for sure. You know what I think has happened is Capricorn's been stuck for a long time, and I think now you're finally like ready to just burst forward, and there's really no holding you back. That's what the cards say. So it's going to be a great week. The first card you have is the Five of Hearts, which even, you have a week that really is focused on work. However, this card can really bring in love as well, and it can bring in love to you through some pretty like random means. So if you are single, just know that's on the table, but it's always like pretty random with the Five of Hearts. Like, you run into somebody with your shopping cart and then you fall in love. Like, it's like random, just weird stuff like that. Or you end up it's like at first you hate the person you meet and then you fall in love. Like, it's always like a weird situation with the Five of Hearts. There's always something weird that happens. It's kind of hard to describe because Five of Hearts represents birth. Like, all the fives represent birth, not physical birth, like as in a baby, but like birth of a something. Five of Hearts represents usually birth of a relationship, but it can represent birth of ideas and new situations in your life. But we think about birth, people usually consider it to be like a painful experience at first, but then what you're left with is something beautiful. So that's why the relationships that form off of Five of Hearts are always kind of like, always start in some weird type of way. It's because of that. It's hard to describe, but just be open to it. You know what I mean? If you bump into somebody or something like that, just be open to situations and like how they unroll with this card. Next card you have is the Ace of Clubs, my favorite card in the deck, best card in the deck as far as I'm concerned, because it represents abundance coming to you in a big way. You have, an amazing week here for abundance and new situations coming in. And it's really like that, like charge forward that I think that Capricorn's feeling. I think you're sick of being stuck. So now you're just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to blast forward and I'm just going to push really, really hard. And I think that one final push is really going to like really move you somewhere this week. And you're going to be rewarded for it like immensely. But this card brings abundance in your whole life. And I think you're just going to be generally feeling better this week because of working and things like that, and I think that's what's gonna make you feel better. And when you feel better, then you start to do other things that make you feel even better, and then it's kind of like this positive snowball, if you will, that really makes you feel really great. And Ace of Diamonds coming up next, another ace. Pretty rare to get two aces in a reading. Very positive, very money focused, money coming your way big time. A lot of you probably need it because Capricorn's been extremely challenged as far as work and money goes. Even if you have money, it's like you still, it seems like Capricorn has been going through this thing where even if you have money, it's like there's always something that comes up that requires you to spend money on that you've built up. I think those situations are coming to an end for you. But again, I think a lot of you are gonna have like an idea this week as well that's really gonna bring in some change, to say the least, with this card. And finally, you have the Eight of Diamonds. Represents working really hard. It's a hard work card, but it's like you enjoy it, you want to be doing it, and plus you're going to be directly seeing positive results. So it's like, I think when Capricorn starts to see things moving positively, they want to work harder in the first place. Like, it's like you want to be working harder to move forward anyway. In the Eight of Diamonds directly rewards hard work. So it's like the harder you work, the more you're going to be rewarded. But because you're being rewarded, you're just going to work harder by default. So like again with this snowball thing, and it's a positive snowball. But again, this card will also reward hard work in other areas of your life. So like if you're lacking in love, do extra things this week to go meet people. If you're lacking in other areas, this card just asks you to do a little bit extra, and that's what will bring your rewards. I will say that if you're not experiencing any of these things, again, what this card says is it just says push harder, work harder. And I know some of you might be tired and things like that, not want to hear it, but really, I think if you do it and you push a little bit harder, then what will happen is you'll start to feel better, and then boom, you'll just kind of like kick into high gear and really push forward. So just know that. But you have an amazing week. Definitely, I don't see how you could not enjoy it. And thank you for watching.